of a ridiculous verdict of a woman I have never met. I don't know. I have no idea who she is. She wrote a book and she made a ridiculous story up. She put it in her book, and we're now appealing the decision. We had an extremely hostile judge appointed by Clinton, very good friends of Clinton. I guess he presided over the marriage ceremony of one of the lawyers on the case against us.
Donald Trump's campaign has hit a new low in one of the most disgusting displays I have ever seen. Donald Trump held a press conference following the hearing on his appeal of the Jean Carroll case, and his anger and just disgusting behavior was on full display as he went on this diatribe of complaints and grievance against Jean Carroll that not only is completely disgusting and disgraceful, but puts him in more legal jeopardy. And you can see behind him as we continue to check out these clips, which we will, because although they are terrifying, they need to be seen and shared. But as you can see behind him, his lawyers increasingly become panicked. They become uncomfortable because they know Donald Trump is putting himself in more legal jeopardy, not just because of what he said about Jean Carroll, but the other statements that he made, which we are going to check out, which are absolutely absurd. They're crazy that Donald Trump would bring up the things that he did and again put himself in more legal jeopardy. And so we are going to watch the rest of these clips. They are shocking, they are disturbing, but they need to be seen.
But she made up a story, it fabricated 100%, that I attacked her at Bergdorf Goodman. You know, it's very interesting. I don't think they were allowed to use this either. Her favorite show is Law and Order, and there's a almost exact story as her story in Law and Order about being attacked in the dressing room of a department store. I don't know if they used the name of the store, but that's her favorite show, Law and Order. She said that. And anyway, this evolved into a defamation case against me because I disputed her words because I told the truth. We were called. I was in the White House, and I said, no, it never happened. I didn't even know what they were talking about. This was, I think I was in the Oval Office. Sir, do you know anything about this? And this had to do with the book, and she had a few pages in a book making this claim. By the way, there was never a claim. There was never a police report. There was never anything mentioned. There was never publicity 30 or 40 years ago, whenever it took place. Nobody knows. She doesn't know when it took place. When did it take place? She has no idea. She thinks it was in the 1990s. She thinks it was in the 1990s.
So as we saw in that first clip, Donald Trump making the wild accusation that he had never even met Jean Carroll, which is completely unfounded. It's not true. It's false. There are photos of them together. But he continues to attack her. He cannot control himself. He's really just so unraveled. At this point, he is beyond lost. He is so angry and grievance-filled that all he can do is think about the past and attack and attack and attack. And like I said, his lawyers behind him so clearly disturbed by this Donald Trump diatribe because they know where this is going. It is going to another lawsuit, potentially. I hope so, for when which Donald Trump will lose tens of millions or more dollars, rightfully, because these disgusting attacks just continue. And it wasn't just Jean Carroll. Donald Trump brought up the other accusations of sexual assault against him for some reason. I don't know why, but began to attack those women as well. And again, an incredibly disgraced display right here.
Now, there were two witnesses. One is a woman who's followed me for years. She said in 1979, I was in an airplane with her, commercial flight, and we became very intimate. I just sat down. I think I had the book, The Art of the Deal. I was famous then, too. I've been famous for a long time. And we're sitting in first class, according to her. Never happened, by the way. Totally made up story. She's a Clinton person, too, by the way, big Clinton person. She made up the story. And so many years ago, and I think it would be 1979, one of my many people behind me could correct it, but I think she said 1979, it's a long time ago. And I sat down. I believe I had some pretty big success then, and I was being talked about a lot. Maybe The Art of the Deal was out, sometime after that. I'm not sure. But I was well known. And passengers are coming into the plane. And she said I was making out with her. And then, after 15 minutes, and then she changed her story a couple of times, maybe it was quicker, that I grabbed her at a certain part, and that was when she had enough. Now, so think of the impracticality of this. I'm famous. I'm in a plane. People are coming into the plane. And I'm looking at a woman, and I grab her, and I start kissing her and making out with her. What are the chances of that happening? What are the chances? And frankly, I know you're going to say it's a terrible thing to say, but it couldn't have happened. It didn't happen. And she would not have been the chosen one. She would not have been the chosen one. She has gone around for years saying the story. Everywhere I go, she says this story. And it's a total lie. Now, I assume she'll sue me now for defamation like I got sued by E. Jean Carroll.
I'm really at a loss for words at this point. She would not have been the chosen one is beyond despicable. Donald Trump is morally abhorrent. How could anyone watch this and vote for that person? His disgusting actions, his foul words, the fact that this is his focus, his anger, his grievance, his personal grudges against people that he hurt is just so incredibly foul. This is not a leader in any sense of the word. How could any parent or grandparent vote for this person knowing that they will be leading the future of their child or grandchild? It is just absolutely disgusting to see him continue to spout out his anger all the time. Are we not tired of this person? Are we not tired of hearing from him like I said in the beginning? Even his lawyers behind him are just so disturbed and shocked that he is continuing to say these things that are only going to put him in more legal jeopardy. And they clearly know, anyone with any sense knows how off-putting this would be to any voter. But we're past voters at this point. This is a disturbed person. This is a criminal, nothing more. I don't know how. We're even considering him as a candidate. He is a criminal. Full stop. And this is gross. And it only continued to get worse as Donald Trump got angrier and continued right here.
Think of this. A woman comes into Mar-a-Lago, interviews me about a love story about my wife and myself. And during that interview, I attacked her and pushed her up against the wall violently, okay?
Like I said, I really struggle to come up with words to describe what is going on. I've talked about so much how Trump with his back against the wall is when he really starts to lose it, he knows that the walls are closing in. Not just because he is losing this race, but because he knows what the outcome of that will be. Donald Trump is running for president. He only cares about running for president to protect himself from legal accountability. And so as he stares down more legal jeopardy, more huge lawsuits, more criminal liability, he knows that his situation is getting worse and worse. And for the first time in his life, accountability is actually coming. And it terrifies him, and that is why we are seeing him unravel. It's not just the fear of losing this election, which he is down TR tremendously, and thank God, and hopefully will be more so after today. Again, the most disgusting display, but he knows what's coming next. He knows he will be held accountable, and he will finally face what he deserves. And I think after watching all of this, we need a little bit of a palate cleanser, and so I wanted to play a clip of Kamala Harris in a speech talking about how she has gone up against disgraceful individuals like Donald Trump before, and how she's not afraid to do so.
Predators who abused women, fraudsters who ripped off consumers, cheaters who broke the rules for their own gain. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type.
That is the leader that we need right now, someone who knows Donald Trump's type, someone who is unafraid to go up against a disgusting, foul, morally abhorrent person like himself, take him down, and defend those who Donald Trump has hurt, who he has attacked, who he continues to attack. This person will not change. He has not changed. And so any idea that this is going to be any different, no, it's only getting worse. In the same way that we see him get worse. We see him cognitively decline, unravel more, get angrier. Every single day, this only gets worse. And do we really want 4 more years of this? I can't take 4 more days, 4 more minutes, 4 more seconds. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing from him. We need real leadership. We need accountability. And it's coming. And that's why he's so scared. And we are going to keep holding him accountable and talking about these issues, as difficult as they may be sometimes on this show, every single day. And so, if you want to support us, please hit that subscribe button and leave a like on this video. A very difficult topic today. But we need to continue to call him out. And until next time, I'll see you soon.